Well, g'day everyone and welcome to Two Cousins, One Chat. It's lovely to be back in your ears for another episode and I hope you're having a great day wherever you are and wherever you're tuning in from. Hi, I'm Kristy, one half of your podcasting duo, coming to you from a very warm and muggy Melbourne, Australia. But right now I'm very honoured to introduce in my... It's twice, I'm not starting again, Ben. My gorgeous co-host and my most loveliest cousin, Ben. G'day, Ben. How you doing?
Hey, Kristy, that was the longest intro ever, but that's all right. Hey, I'm going great, and you know what? Our last episode, which is things that we've learnt that we've kept, and things that we've learnt and just can't retain, was heaps of fun, and it really hit a spot with our listeners. I've had so much feedback about that episode. What about you?
It was good, wasn't it? It was really, really fun. And it was good learning about stuff about you as well.
Oh, yeah.
What you've tried to learn and can't retain, and vice versa, and with me as well. So, yeah, I really enjoyed that episode. I listened back to that one a couple of times. But it did hit a spot with our listeners because they were just like, yeah, they were texting and sending messages, DMs. So, yeah, it was really, really good.
Yeah, and Mum listened to it, and she thought I'd made her sound a bit like an ogre. I said, "No, it was good. You taught us good life skills. It wasn't you were setting us up. You weren't letting us just be hopeless." So, hopefully, Mum, you didn't take it the wrong way. Hey, it's rainy, muggy, and sweaty here today as well. It's been so hot this summer in Adelaide, South Australia, and it's been just unbearable heat sometimes, but today it's kind of like 30 but muggy, sweaty, rainy, and we're not used to that kind of tropical weather here. We don't deal well with that.
Nah, that's for the northerners.
It's for the northerners. When you go north, you get ready, you wear tank tops, you sweat a lot. Here, we're not used to it. Exactly. Hey, Kristy, what's been happening in Melbourne, Australia?
Melbourne, Australia. Well, it's super muggy and sweaty here today too, Ben, because it's raining, which didn't know what that noise was on the roof earlier today, but it has been raining, which is super, super nice. We need some rain. But I wanted to tell you, Ben, I have been out and about exploring Victoria. I've been out exploring the rail trails around Wilsons Prom and doing some hiking.
Fantastic. So are they rail trails because they're train tracks that are no longer used, or they follow the train tracks?
That's right, yeah. So Victoria's got like a whole suite of rail trails from disused railway lines. So they're kind of nice and wide, and they're not too hilly. There might be like a slight incline. Yeah, my friend who lives down in the country, so I went to visit her, and we took a bike ride along the rail trail from one little town to the next, and had a coffee, and that was really, really lovely. And then the next day she's preparing for a very long hike, and I said, look, yeah, I'll come along with you on the hike as well, training walk. And it was really beautiful. We went to Wilsons Promontory, and if you haven't seen where that is, it's like the most southernest part of Victoria, and it's a massive national park, and there's a great big mountain there called Mount Oberon. Didn't climb that. It was too big. But yeah, we walked from one little place to the other. I think it was about 10K walk. And then we walked out to this point, and it was like I was sitting on top of the world. It was like on this massive boulder on the most pointy point of the walk. And it was fantastic, Ben. It was really beautiful, great weather, really calm seas. And so then we walked into Tidal River, which is sort of like the main spot down in Wilsons Prom. Super beautiful. And we only saw one snake on the walk, but we did see lots of geckos and stuff. Yeah, there's plenty of snakes, dangerous snakes too. But they get out the way.
What sort of snake was it?
It was probably a yellow belly black snake.
Sleeping on a red rock. Waiting for the stranger to go.
Yeah. So Trish was walking in front of me, and she stopped suddenly, and then we just saw the tail quickly slither away. So
Gosh.
I don't like snakes or spiders. But anyway, it was absolutely beautiful, and we saw a couple of wedge-tailed eagles up there with them, and they are huge. And we were up high on a hill, so we were closer to the wedgies. We saw a rock wallaby. I actually saw a seagull take a chip out of somebody's hand near the general store.
Oh, no.
there was lots of people surfing, getting lots of fresh air. I actually saw a celebrity walking along the track. His name is Matthew Richardson. Used to play for Richmond, Richo. And anyway, when he walked past, I'm like, oh my God, that's Richo. And then people were walking past us and like, oh, was that Richo? And like, yeah, that was Richo. And then my friend's like, who's Richo? And then he came back again, and then he had his little kids with him, so it was super lovely.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, but it was absolutely beautiful. And on our rail ride, we went to the bookstore in Fish Creek by Alison Lester. She's a famous Australian children's author.
Yes.
And so we went into her studio there at Fish Creek, which is awesome. If you get down that way, South Gippsland way, it's absolutely spectacular.
Is she often there or not? Was she there when you went there?
No, she wasn't there that particular day, but yeah, she works out of that place and she has somebody that manages the store. It's great. Got all her books, gift cards and posters and a whole range of stuff. So yeah, it's really, really cool.
Well, Magic Beach is like her most famous book.
That's exactly right. So Magic Beach is down South Gippsland way, just Waratah Bay, Fish Creek, somewhere around that way.
That's fantastic. And you guys are missing an event, I hear. King Mally of South Australia has stolen the MotoGP. Well, you probably know more about it than...
He hasn't really stolen it.
No, that was just a joke, because people say here that Melbourne stole the Grand Prix from Adelaide. You know, it's like, people get over it. It was 35 years ago. I don't follow motor racing really of any kind, in any kind of way. So what's the deal? Is this a big deal?
It's a pretty big deal. I used to work in that sport.
Yes.
I used to work, and I've worked at MotoGP for many years. The track is one of the best tracks in the world. It's so spectacular. It's down on Phillip Island and it overlooks the ocean. Has a long history, but MotoGP also was stolen from Eastern Creek in Sydney, so 30 years before that. So it's only been at Phillip Island for the last 30 years, and this November will be the 30th year. I don't think they had the government support or the support from other organisers. I heard Wayne Gardner on the radio on the morning that it was announced, and he was absolutely flipping his lid. Because he was instrumental in getting MotoGP to the island. It's hard to get to. It's hard to hard to get accommodation. Accommodation like quadruples in price. But the island comes alive for MotoGP. It's not the only motor racing sport that's there. They have car racing there as well, but they also have lots of other motorcycle events down there, there's one this weekend actually, the World Superbikes, which I used to also work for. So I worked in this industry. I'll be keen to hear from some of my motorcycling mates what they think. So maybe I'll speak to someone that I know that's down there this weekend with the Ducati team.
Yeah, well, look, Peter Malinauskas loves a sporting event, as we all know. You know, gather round MotoGP. He brought back the Adelaide 500 car racing. He's in his zone. If he's talking about sport, he's happy. So he's happy.
The thing is, Ben, they're going to have it as a street circuit.
Yeah, correct.
Which, reading some of the comments online, it's like going to be so difficult to have a street circuit because you need loads and loads of space for when the riders come off.
Yeah.
And they slide into they call it kitty litter, into the gravel. They need loads and loads of space. So be really interesting to see where this goes and how Adelaide can produce a street circuit. And good on them. I mean, it would be fantastic. And if you get a chance to go. It's so much fun.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Grand Prix was a street circuit. Adelaide 500 is a street circuit. So I think they'll probably use a lot of the same track. Maybe. I don't know. But
yeah, they need more space in the cars for when they come off and they slide a long way. So they can't come off and go into walls because they don't have that protection.
Hey, look, I don't want to get into an argument about it. I agree with you. Let's not. It's already tense. Let's not make it worse than it needs to be.
But if you ever get a chance to go, oh my God, it's so much fun. I've worked in that industry for about 5 years, and it was really, really fun. Met some incredible people, and in fact had a opportunity to do what they call a two-up ride. And I got on the back of a motorbike with a triple world champion and went around the racetrack. Could have been 3 or 4 times. I don't even know. I had my eyes shut. When he got to 180 kilometres, I actually nearly, I don't know what happened. Then he did a mono down the straight with me on the back.
What?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
It was one of the scariest things I've ever done in my life, and that
bet.
was at a racetrack in Victoria, yeah.
Hey, now we are going to get into our episode soon. We're opening up the mailbag today, listeners, and we can't wait to get into that. But Kristy, you wanted to talk about a very important event in Melbourne, which is the Moomba Festival.
Yeah, Moomba. Ben, you know Moomba, don't
I do,
you?
but I haven't ever been. I know you were going to ask me if I'd been. I haven't, no.
Right. So I really wanted to talk about Moomba because quite often on our podcast we'll talk about what's happening in Melbourne, what's happening in Adelaide, and we're always super proud to talk about some of the events that are happening in our beautiful states. Because if you've grown up in Melbourne, you know that this is our annual tradition of standing on the banks of the Yarra and watching people jump into the Yarra River from the Birdman Rally. Moomba's been around since about 1955.
Wow.
A little bit of a history lesson here.
Yeah, go for it.
And it was created by
John
the
Moomba?
councillors, Mr. Moomba, to bring the city together, boost tourism and lift everybody's spirits after the war. And I just love that for us. So the morale's low, so quick, let's have a parade and chuck on some fireworks and everyone will be happy. So basically that's what happens. It's now one of Australia's, in my research it says it's one of Australia's biggest free community festivals. So there's the Moomba Parade, there's fireworks each night, goes for a week I think. There's these water skiing competitions on the Yarra River, and for people that don't know, the Yarra River runs right through the middle of Melbourne and it's a brown river and you wouldn't swim in it if you wouldn't swim in it, right? But they also have this charity event that's called the Birdman Rally, and people enter the Birdman Rally and they dress up with wings, and you've got to try and whoever flies the furthest is the winner, right? And most people just kind of plop off the edge of this 8-foot tower in the middle of the river. It's really, really funny. So, and some people might get a bit of a glide happening and then plonk in the river. So it is quite good. The Birdman Rally, don't you?
Absolutely, yes.
And then also there's a king and queen of Moomba. So they're called the monarchs of Moomba. So there's been like Shane Warne, Molly Meldrum, Rhonda Birchmore, all the familiar people that live in Melbourne. So anyway, this year's Moomba monarch is a Red Wiggle, can't remember her name, and also Sammy J.
Oh, wow. Okay. Fantastic.
Yeah. So, and then they go on the float on the parade.
Oh, it sounds awesome.
So I've got great memories of Moomba. Oh, and it coincides with a long weekend in Melbourne. So going to Moomba as a kid and then having my first kind of outing where I'm allowed to go by myself with my schoolmates to Moomba.
Oh, wow.
And the weather's always perfect in Melbourne or stinking hot. That's Moomba. But I can't believe that you haven't been, Ben.
No,
I
I know.
thought you and I might have gone together.
No, well, I did live in Melbourne for a little period there, but no, I did not. I knew Moomba was on when I was there, but I don't think I actually went there. I don't know why. Look, I'm sorry, Moomba. I will.
You probably were busy.
It's probably so busy. Who knows?
Busy at Stericleans.
Yeah, Sterically. Yes, up to my knees in dirty sheets.
Waste.
Yeah.
But you were really active in the local theatre when you were in
I
Melbourne,
was,
weren't you?
yeah. So probably rehearsing or doing shows or who knows. We could talk about that one day. Well, speaking of festivals, of course, it's Adelaide Fringe here at the moment. It's just kicked off this week. It's massive. I think it is the largest festival in the Southern Hemisphere, the Fringe Festival. It's just huge. And all the big comedy acts come, like Celia Piccola, usually Tom Gleeson, Will Anderson, all of those kind of really big, well-known names. But there's so much local comedy and smaller comedians and lots of UK comedians that come out. And a local Adelaide girl, Georgie Carroll, who is originally from the UK, but is from Adelaide, and she's just like so popular. Nurse Georgie Carroll, she does. You've heard of her, and she's fantastic. But then there's acrobats and magicians and kid shows, and there's little satellite fringes happening in the parklands and in regional towns, and it's just massive. So we're in the Fringe month right now, and that's absolutely going off. So Adelaide at this time of the year is pretty crazy. There's no doubt about it.
And also that's WOMAD as well.
Yeah, WOMAD's part of because it was the Adelaide Festival. Which is sort of the highbrow invitation-only kind of Adelaide Festival, which also happens at the same time. And then they have the Fringe was like was all the performers that didn't get an invitation initially back in the 70s
Oh,
started a Fringe festival, which used to be every 2 years, but then it became popular, and so now it's every year, and now it's actually bigger than the Adelaide Festival itself. But
is that
WOMAD,
right?
yeah, oh hell yeah, absolutely, without
Wow.
a
Oh,
doubt.
that's amazing.
WOMAD, which is World Music Adelaide Festival, was part of the is part of the Adelaide Festival, which is why it's on at the same time. So it's just huge, and that's a World Music Festival, and that is brilliant. It's so good.
It's the best month to be in Adelaide because you start off with Tour Down Under.
Yeah,
I know you didn't have the Writers' Festival this year, but that will be back next year.
correct.
And then you have the Adelaide Festival and now the Fringe Festival. It's just all happening. And then a lot of those comedians who are doing shows in Adelaide then come to Melbourne for Melbourne Comedy Festival,
Yes,
which is
correct.
in April.
That's right. Yep, they do. Good time to be in Adelaide.
It sure is.
Hey, Kristy, I think it's time we open the mailbag.
Okay, let's do it, Ben. Okay, guys, here's the moment you've all been waiting for, and it's the annual opening of the Two Cousins One Chat mailbag. We have complaints, suggestions, observations, and at least one message that says, do better from
better.
Anonymous.
Look, is that constructive? I don't know, but look, we'll take it.
All right, so Ben, please open the mailbag.
I'm opening the mailbag as we speak. Rustling sounds. That's right. It is officially time to open the 2026 mailbag. For those of you that have listened to us for a long time, you know that we like to open the mailbag every now and then. The envelopes have been shuffled. We've notified HR, People and Culture. Our dismissal notices have been drafted. They may be signed at the end of this episode. So let's get into the first one. The first one says, why does Ben always say he'll keep it short and then talks for 14 minutes? Okay, we're starting strong here.
14 minutes feels a bit conservative.
Bit conservative, yeah. That must have been one of my quiet days. Look, in my defense, I don't plan the 14 minutes. They happen organically. And some people would call it storytelling. But yes, look, I come from a long line of chatterboxes, as you well know, Kristy. So I blame my genetics for that. That's just DNA. There's nothing I can do about that. I've been told many times I talk too much.
That's our first one that we open up with. All right, my turn. Ben, can you please stop encouraging Kristy? But yes, from Mum, love your show. First of all, no. Second of all, no.
Well, encouraging you how? Encouraging you to be a better person, or just encouraging you to...
Don't know. That'll be probably another mail in the next mailbag when we open it up.
There's a supplementary letter on its way.
Yeah.
Well, look, I like to encourage you. I want you to be the best you can be, you know.
I am.
I'm not here to bring you down. I want you to shine bright like a diamond, you know.
Thanks, Sia.
Yeah. Hey, we have one from Marge Forrest. She's penned a letter and popped it in the mailbox, which is nice. She has a complaint. When people take forever to start their car and get moving after paying for petrol, putting the wallet back in the back pocket, carefully folding the receipt, checking their phone before they start their car and drive off. You're just waiting for those brake lights to hit, which means you know they've started the car and they're on their way. Does that drive you nuts as well? Do we agree with Marge on that one?
I'm totally with Marge on this one. Just get in, put your safety belt on, get out of there. All that other stuff can wait, particularly if there's somebody waiting behind you.
I know. Yeah.
Keep it snappy, people.
That's it, yeah. I know there's some admin to be taken care of, but surely it can't take that long. I'm with you on that one.
True. All right, Ben, here's another one from Anonymous, but it's very passionate, and they write, it really annoys me when people at the checkout don't have their rewards card ready and then take a full 5 minutes to find it and then scan it.
Yeah, look, that is...
Anonymous.
Thanks, Anonymous. Look, it is very annoying, and I have to say that I'm probably one of those people, and even worse, my Flybys isn't a card. It's actually a photo of the barcode, which I've got in an album on my phone. So when the person at the checkout says, have you got Flybys? I'm like, oh, damn it, yes, I do have Flybys. And then I have to go through my album and shuffle across the photos, and then I find
you're one
it
of those
and
people
scan
that
it.
are flicking it, flick.
Yeah, I know, and people are behind behind me thinking, who is this person? So, yeah, I always forget to have it ready. You think in the whole time they're scanning, I could get it ready, but I forget. And then it's like, oh, yeah, flybys. Yeah. Just let me get that.
I've got a Woolworths or Safeways, whatever it is, one of those orange rewards cards.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so when the lady's scanning all my stuff into the bag, I just quickly scan it under there's like a little scanner near the cash register thing. But then I love it when I get, oh, you got $10. Do you want to use that now?
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah.
Why are you even asking? Of course. What am I saving for? Of course. I love that. That's good.
Yeah, so I'm with Anonymous on that one.
Yeah, maybe Anonymous was you.
No, that seriously wasn't me, but it does really give me the shits.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Oh, Kristy's swearing again.
Oh, sorry.
Now, we have one from Uncle Joe /Dad/Joe, who writes, why were ants, flies, and snakes made? And what use are they? Please inform.
I just love this one because it's not a complaint. It's just a question.
I know. Why?
And I'm with him. I don't know. Ants, there's like, there'll be a nest and they'll come into your kitchen. Flies are meant to eat the ants, aren't they?
Yeah, but then you could cancel those two out.
Yeah, but then the snakes eat the frogs.
So I don't mind frogs. If you don't have snakes, I know Dad has a very acute fear of snakes.
Same.
Very, very much so. Probably even an irrational fear of snakes, I would say, Dad. Maybe it's something you need to work on.
I'm like that, but with the 8-legged beasts.
Okay, so
look, we might need to do another episode on this because we might need to get Sir David Attenborough on just to explain the circle of life, why.
Yeah. Well, I don't mind spiders because they do eat flies and bugs and that if they're in your house. So we tend to let spiders go unless they're kind of dangerous ones. Snakes do freak me out, and a lot of people have a fear of snakes and would probably be happier knowing that they don't exist, much like sharks. But they're part of the ecosystem, and we're not getting rid of them anytime soon, I suppose, are we?
No, so we haven't really been able to answer that for you, Uncle Joe. I'm sorry, but what use are they? They do have some uses, but it would take us quite a long time to go through all of them. But perhaps we can, make an appointment for some sort of therapy. All right, Ben, next out of the bag is one from Christine Holmes. And she writes...
It sounds very similar to your name, weirdly.
I have a complaint about people on the train who cross their legs and don't allow you enough room or space to sit with your legs at a 90 degree, just like straight out in front. You got to sit on the angle. People sitting opposite you have got their legs crossed and, sitting back all la-di-da like I'm on a banana lounge.
Okay, yeah.
Excuse me, I really need to sit here, but you're not giving me enough room. So I understand where Kirstine's coming from on this one. I really do.
So this comes from someone who obviously catches the train a lot. But what I did notice when I was in Melbourne is that if you are facing each other on the train, there's not a lot of knee room between the two seats facing each other.
Ben, if you sit up straight,
there
is, not unless you're 6'8",
there
should be enough room.
Oh, you're getting a bit fired up about this.
Anyway, I'm with Kirstine on this one, and I think now, as I'm getting older and in my twilight years, I am more confident in saying, excuse me, maybe she needs to take that approach, Kirstine.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I need a bit more room here.
Don't be afraid to do that, Kirsten, if you are in your twilight years.
All right, here's another one, Ben. Oh, this one's actually from me. It's a bit personal. I have a complaint about entering competitions online and never winning. Please help.
You never win?
No.
No, not even anything.
Well, I have won something once or twice.
But so we're talking like if you enter, scan here, enter the code, keep your receipt if you buy a box of muesli bars sort of thing, those kinds of things where you can win a boat or a four-wheel drive. Yeah, I never win any of those things ever.
Not the lottery, but that would be nice. But those here, buy a raffle ticket for $2 online,
yes,
and you win house, car, $1 million of bullion, on the Gold Coast, fully furnished.
Yeah, jet ski, trailer. Yeah, I know. I never win that stuff. I don't.
No, I mean, who does? Whoever wins stuff?
People.
I never see people that win stuff.
I went to school with a girl who won a car.
Really?
And I also went, and she sold it straight away for the money. And then when I was doing a traineeship in hospitality, which is something, part of my work career that I could tell you about one day, not that person, another girl that was in that group, she won like $130,000 in Cross Lotto. and she was 17. Can you imagine winning that much money when you were 17?
Wow.
Or 18 or something like that, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, she was hightailing it around like you wouldn't believe.
Although last year I did win something at work, and you had to check under your seat, and if there was something under your seat, you won.
Oh, yeah.
And I won a bag of Swinburne promotional items.
Oh, some old lanyards and mouse pads no one wanted. Oh, lucky you.
Got the old branding on it.
the old branding. Yeah. It's all like blue and grey and
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, look, keep going. Keep trying.
Yeah, all right. Your turn, Ben.
What about this one? Now we don't know who sent this one in. Actually, there's no name, but we'll just take it as a complaint. People who take ages to go when the green arrow hits, and by the time you get to the front, we may know who sent this one in. Actually, the arrow has gone red. Now, thanks for sending this one in. It could be someone we know very well. I couldn't agree more with this one. You sit there thinking, that's why we're here. We're here for this moment. This is the moment we're here for. I see green arrows as traffic gold. It's just like a little bit of gold in the traffic world. If you get that green arrow, don't waste it. Don't waste it.
You should be like F1 on the start line.
Yep.
It just you can do a little bit of a countdown. It's going to be in 3, 2, 1.
Go.
Go.
We're in this together.
And then, but there is only a certain amount of time. So, and if everybody is kind of like, changing, checking Facebook, updating on their phone or whatever at the lights, which is highly illegal in Australia. But, if you're not ready to go, you're going to miss out because there's only like a, 5-second window.
Oh, I know.
But anonymous, don't get too angry here because you could be at the front of the queue for the next green arrow.
Absolutely.
And you can just smoke them up, go around the corner.
Exactly. You can lead by example in about 4 minutes' time.
Yeah, and your Hyundai just start revving at the lights.
So there's flames coming out of your exhaust pipe. Just be ready.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I love that one, yeah.
Oh, even better is the left turn arrow. That's a great one. When you get the left turn arrow, that's fantastic.
Oh yeah, yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, sneaking through.
In America, you don't need the arrow. You can turn left on a red.
I know. And there's some intersections here in Adelaide where they've done that now, actually, but not many. Not that many. But what I hate is when you go up to the set of lights and there's a straight ahead lane, but there's a green arrow. So if you're just happen to be wanting to go left and you're at the front, you get the green arrow and you can go left. There's not like a slip lane. But if you're at the front of the line and you don't want to go left, you want to go straight ahead and there's someone behind you who wants to go left, there's nothing you can do. You just have to say, look, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Like, just do a little bit of like
do
this,
like a bit of a shoulder raise and a hands in the air. Like I would if I could.
You just don't care.
Yeah. I do care, but I don't care, but I have to pretend like I care.
Yeah. Well, actually, this kind of is reminding me, Ben, of another podcast that we need to do, and that is, manners when you're on the road. Do you wave? Do you not wave? Do you give the thanks, mate?
Yes.
Yes,
you do.
Yeah. Okay. Let's park that for another time.
It would be a very short episode.
No, would it? No, because I've got a lot to say on that. Here's another one from Ted Forrest. I wonder if he's related to Marge.
Ted and Marge, they could be related. They've been writing theirs together.
Yeah, they've been down the local and putting their heads together. All right, people who say, I find that hard to believe. Oh, I don't believe you. In brackets, this has happened to me recently. Oh, Ted, I'd believe you.
Well, either that or stop lying.
Yeah, some people like to put a bit of mayo on stuff too, don't they?
Oh, yeah.
Let's make things to sound bigger and more important or, over dramatized than what they actually are. I find that hard to believe.
Basically calling you a liar. But do you know that this is brain science, people, I'm getting deep here. Research has shown that when you recall a memory from your brain, the brain has to cluster all those bits together that actually make that memory, and it's different every time. It's not like just an absolute snapshot of a moment in time. So when you actually recall a memory, your brain does its very best to give you that memory, but it's not always the same. So people putting mayo on stuff over time, telling the same story 50,000 times, which we all do, you're actually remembering it differently every time you recall it. Doesn't that blow your mind? So if you're like, she was wearing this green top and she's like, this green top and it got like sauce all over it. And then the next time you might remember it differently. Say it was a purple top and she spilled cheese on it. You know, like every time you recall it differently. Isn't that weird? That just blows my mind.
Look, I don't know if that helps you, Ted.
I don't believe you. I don't believe that. I find that very hard to believe. Very hard to believe, scientists.
I actually want to hear more from Ted down the track. So, yeah. All right, here's a final one. This one's from Wayne.
Wayno.
From, it's more of a question. Can you please settle this? Who is actually in charge of this podcast?
Well, that's very
Wayne.
easy. We have a very flat structure, okay? We operate under a shared leadership model. There's mutual trust, etc. But really, Kristy, you are totally the engine room of this show. You do the social media, you do the show notes starts, you have it totally under control. I just like swan in, hit record, do some editing, and then the rest of it's you. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but you come up with some amazing ideas for our show, Ben. So,
I do.
And then my creative brain just goes into overdrive, doesn't it? I love doing the social media. So generally when you see the social media, it's me because I love being creative. Oh, look, if we didn't get to your mailbag item today, don't you worry, everyone, because mailbag will be back, and we won't bring it back too quickly because we want to stockpile a whole lot of these questions. Marge, Ted, Wayne, Kirstine, thanks so much for sending. Mum, Uncle Joe, they're sending in your mailbag. You know, keep it kind. You can keep it anonymous. That's always welcome. And remember, we do read them all of them.
Yeah, and look, it's bursting at the seams, so we can always do that. And you know what? It was actually therapeutic and could have gone a lot longer, and we didn't even get to our own personal complaints, injuries, sore back, dry skin, eye issues, which I've been having recently, which I could go into, but I won't. We have to stop at some point, don't we, Kristy?
But before we do finish up today, Ben, I actually want to send a shout out to my gorgeous work colleague, Margaret, because I know, Margaret, you have been listening to our entire back catalogue. You are such a legend, and we've seen we can see in the stats where people are listening in from. So I want to say a big fat thank you to you, and also to Aaron, who pulled me up in the local cafe recently and said, I love listening to your podcast, and you've been away recently. Where have you been to? He goes, I don't even know where I heard that from. Yeah. So that was really lovely. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much for listening.
Yeah. I got a random email from someone the other day who I've been working with, and I didn't know that they listened to the show, and they made a comment saying that they've now outsourced their ironing. This is in response to the episode we did. I'm like, yeah, that's good. I don't think I iron much either. So, yeah, we love it when people listen in. It's fantastic. We know you're out there.
Thank you so much. We get lots of positive support. So let's see. You can jump into the Two Cousins One Chat Facebook page, Instagram page. We've also got our own YouTube channel. Did you know that, Ben?
God, do we?
We have got, and plus we're across 16 podcasting platforms.
Oh my
so
God,
it's a lot to, I get in the back end and start doing some stats and nerd out on everyone. But I really hope you enjoyed this episode today. And if not, send us a complaint.
We'll put it in the mailbag.
Yeah, right in.
All right, we're going to wrap it up. Don't forget, as I think Kristy said all that anyway, don't forget, I think I've already forgotten. But we love hearing from you, but enjoy the rest of your day, whatever you're doing. I'm going to say go Adelaide 36ers. They're in the Ignite Cup tonight. If they win, they get like 300 grand or something. It's like this mini cup within the season. So go Sixers, and until next time, goodbye.
All right, see you later. Bye, Ben.
Bye.